as Donald Trump becomes more unhinged and his approval plummets, Fox, which is just state-run regime media at this point, gets more desperate. It's so utterly embarrassing. Let me just show you what went down in the past 24 hours. I'll use to show you what they're doing. So they bring in Lara Trump, who now Fox has given a TV show to. So Lara Trump is now going to get paid a huge amount of money by Fox to host Fox shows to run part of the state-run regime media. And here she is introduced by Sean Hannity, who accidentally calls her Laura Shit. Here, play this clip.
All right, joining us now, the host of the upcoming hit show, My View with Laura Trump. And by the way, take that to the bank. It will be a hit show. I might even be a guest one day if she ever invites me.
What was that? So then Fox brings in Caroline Leavitt, Donald Trump's press secretary. And here she just literally makes up fake numbers where she goes, and I think we've already found with Social Security that there are tens of millions of deceased people who are getting Social Security. Elon Musk told us, and we know Elon Musk and Doge never lie, right? Right? Here, play this clip.
He is now delivering on it. And I've been fighting fake news reporters all day long here in the Washington, D.C. swamp who are trying to fearmonger the American people into believing that this administration is going after their hard-earned tax dollars and their hard-earned Social Security checks. So I want to set the record straight on your show tonight, Sean, and I'm very grateful for the opportunity to do so. President Trump has directed Elon Musk and the Doge team to identify fraud at the Social Security Administration. They haven't dug into the books yet, but they suspect that there are tens of millions of deceased people who are receiving fraudulent Social Security payments.
What? This data's public. I mean, Elon tried to make some posts today to show, look, there are millions of people or tens of millions of people over the age of 110 who are dead and getting Social Security. This stuff is public. It's not hard to find. I think there's only 89,000 people or so above the age of 99 who are receiving Social Security. These numbers are not hard to find. But then again, the purpose of Fox is to lie. And I want to show you this next methodology they use, which is once they're caught in the lie, just to laugh it off and be like, well, that's how we own the libs. Watch what happens when the pro-democracy voice on Fox named Jessica Tarlov calls out Jesse Waters and other disinformationists for lying and saying that that USAID was sending condoms to Hamas in Gaza. Here, play this clip and watch what happens. Play it.
And yeah, whatever Jesse says, I mean, maybe we'll find out next week that it's, as true as the condoms to Gaza. But there's real stuff and stories you could be. Oh, cool.
I did.
Okay, so he made that up. Don't bother fact checking it. It was made up.
Did you see what Jesse Waters did there? Jesse Waters was like, yeah, I'm the one who made up that lie. I lied about that. I'm the one who spread that one. What they're trying to do is desensitize their audience so that once they're caught lying about something, they've already achieved their agenda. So then they're like, well, we own the libs, so we can lie, right? And they want their audience to think that that's normal, that lying is just kind of funny. And at first they try to get the lie through, and then when they're exposed, they try to act like it's just funny. Here, Jesse Waters then goes on this strange rant about like Canada's angry at the United States and they shouldn't be, and now Canada's booing America and networks are cheering for Canada. Look, Jesse, Donald Trump threatened to annex Canada, to conquer it, and you and others have mocked Canada consistently and said it should be a 51st state. Canada just wants to exist with its sovereignty, and so of course you're going to piss them off when you say you want to conquer them and then attack them and mock them every day. But play this clip.
CBS is defending Germany, a country who started 2 world wars that cost millions of lives, and who tariff our automobiles quite unfairly, I might add. They're defending a country who boos our national anthem, Canada. Trump renamed the Gulf of Mexico the Gulf of America, and the media is defending Mexico. The media is defending the IRS. The media is defending cockamamie spending like millions for Egyptian recycling. Trump has the left defending the indefensible.
But you see what Jesse Waters is trying to do there? He's trying to convince his audience that, and this is typical abuser behavior. He's trying to convince his audience, look, Canada's the bad guy because they're now booing the United States. Well, perhaps the reason they're doing it is because you're talking basically about enslaving them and conquering them and taking over their country and taking over their sovereignty and forcing them to be part of a country that they don't want to be a part of. Maybe we could give some context there, Jesse Waters. In this next clip I want to show you, now you have Hannity, who basically is, he's trying to vouch for Musk and Trump and say, look, I've seen them together and I know that they know who's the real president here. Like, their relationship is so good. It's just, again, this is what the ultimate propagandist does. Like, you're masquerading and pretending to be news, but you're like, I know the real deal here and I know that they respect each other. Here, play this clip.
I can give a few headlines. There's no conflict between them. There's no power struggle. There's no ambiguity as to who the president is. And what I observe both in front of the camera and behind the camera are people that had a great relationship. I don't want to give too much away. People will decide for themselves. You were there for a lot of it. Do you agree?
I definitely agree. And I witnessed this relationship firsthand every single day in the Oval Office and at the White House. And President Trump has tasked Elon Musk with administering his America First agenda, just like the rest of us who serve at the pleasure of the president, but most importantly, serve the American people. More than 77 million Americans re-elected President Trump to promote monumental, fundamental change, to shake up the Washington swamp. And there's nobody better than Elon Musk to do that. He is a once-in-a-generation business leader. He sent rocket ships to space. He's far smarter than many of the people who are grunting and moaning on Capitol Hill about these efforts are. And he's the perfect person to help President Trump with this effort. The mainstream media wants to drive a wedge between their relationship, but they are failing. And our entire team is unified behind President Trump to deliver on the promises he made to the American people on the campaign trail.
Again, it is so utterly pathetic. And by the way, all of this is taking place at a time where yesterday evening, the White House submitted a declaration in one of these cases that's trying to block Elon Musk's access to these agencies. And this is how they described it. They said, this is in the declaration, that Elon Musk is a senior advisor to the president, and he is not actually part of Doge. That's what they're trying to play off that happened right there.
You know what's really getting under my skin these days? The price of everything. I mean, seriously, gas prices are high. Food shopping feels like I'm emptying my bank account with every trip. And don't even get me started on how expensive hearing aids can be. Now, I've looked into them before for my family members, and the price tag, it's just insane. It's like they think that we all have money growing from money trees or something in our backyards. But I have some good news. Did you know MD Hearing has actually cut their prices in half despite everything getting more expensive? I'm not kidding. This podcast is sponsored by MD Hearing, and they are changing the game when it comes to hearing aids. They make high quality, easy to use, rechargeable hearing aids with exceptional sound quality, all personalized to your hearing profile. And guess what? MD Hearing's Neo rechargeable digital hearing aids are now only $297 for a pair. That's more than 90% less than what you'd pay at a clinic. What's even better, the Neo fits right inside your ear, so it's practically invisible. And if that's not enough, MD Hearing just launched the Neo XS, their smallest hearing aid yet. Now, my uncle has been using MD Hearing for a while, and let me tell you, he could hear so much better. The quality is just a game changer for him, and he absolutely loves them. At just $297 for a pair, you're getting something that's as good as those other brand names, but way more affordable. And here's what other people are saying too. Edward S. called MD Hearing the best hearing aid that I've used at any price, and Robert P. from Texas said, these are the best hearing aids that you can buy. MD Hearing was founded by an ENT surgeon who saw how many people needed hearing aids but couldn't afford them. So he made it his mission to create affordable, high-quality hearing aids. They've sold over 2 million devices, and they offer a 45-day risk-free trial with a 100% money-back guarantee, so you can buy with total confidence. Still not convinced? MD Hearing was just selected to be hearing aid supplier for top Medicare Advantage plans, so you know they're a brand that you can trust. Get the high-quality, affordable hearing aids you deserve with MD Hearing. Go to shopmdhearing.com and use promo code MIDAS to get a pair of hearing aids for just $297. Plus, you'll get a free extra charging case, a $100 value, just for listeners of the MeidasTouch podcast. That's shopmdhearing.com and use our promo code MIDAS to get a pair of hearing aids for just $297.
Here, they then have the Interior Secretary, Doug Burgum. He goes on, and this is just like pure North Korea, Pyongyang stuff right here, where he goes, where Doug Burgum, who's in Trump's cabinet, goes, oh, and when we saw Donald Trump circle around that track over and over again at Daytona 500 in the motorcade, we knew America was back. Here, play this clip.
When we saw him take that victory lap of sorts going around the track, he seemed to be digging it.
Well, Steve, watching President Trump in the Beast, leading the pace car, leading a field of the most talented drivers in the world, kicking off the entire NASCAR season for America. When he was doing that, it reminded me of how he's actually leading the world right now. I had an opportunity to be with him, with Prime Minister Modi from India, with the Prime Minister of Japan, and the world is looking to President Trump for his leadership, and he's out in front, and everybody's following his lead. And wow, is that great for America and great for the world.
Well,
because notice what they're trying to do here. They're trying to distract their audience from the fact that prices are going up. Inflation is going up. Housing is not becoming more affordable. It's becoming less affordable. Trump did not get peace in Ukraine in 24 hours as he promised. Trump promised that prices were going to go down on day one, and Trump continues to take actions which are hurting red states, perhaps even more than blue states, but he's getting rid of jobs in all of these locations and causing absolute havoc. So what do they do on Fox? How do they deal with this as well? And how do they try to justify the xenophobia? How do they try to justify the fact that one of the Trump policies are also going after hardworking people, hardworking migrants who are doing jobs in agriculture and hospitality and construction? So they go on this tirade in the morning where they're like, look, Elon Musk and all of these technological people who are part of the Trump administration, they're just so smart. These are such smart people that we're going to be dealing with quantum computers. So we don't need actual people who are doing the work as laborers because, let's use a big word, quantum computers are going to figure this out. So why would we need all of these millions of people who are here doing the jobs that Americans don't want to do and can't do? Quantum. Here, play this clip.
And we essentially don't need 20 million more unskilled workers. The whole world is becoming mechanized, robotics, AI. We're importing people we're not going to be able to employ. So all along here, the entire thing has not been shepherded by a controlling mind. And the mind we needed here was the executive. And obviously we didn't have one. We're paying for it now.
Boy, that is a big point. I mean, when you look at the technological, and now next you've got quantum computers coming. Exactly. I mean, it is mind-boggling bringing unskilled workers into the fold here. They'll be on the dole for the rest of their lives if they stay.
Yeah, no doubt.
Do you see what they're doing? I'm just trying to cue you in on their propaganda tactics right there. So I guess we should deport everybody is what they're saying, even if they're doing key jobs, because don't worry, Donald Trump and Elon Musk quantum. They'll figure it out with quantum. We'll make big words for you right there. And then right here, I love this part where Jessica Tarlov then makes, and you can see that she struck a chord there because a hit dog will holler. Watch what the panel does when she says, could you imagine for a second if former President Joe Biden was driving around on a race car track while a number of states, including red states, were suffering? Kentucky now, we know 12 people died in Kentucky from the horrible storms. West Virginia, suffering. Donald Trump made no statement at all about that while he was driving around the Daytona 500. Watch this.
I've heard, and you say if Joe Biden had done this, if Joe Biden had shown up at the Daytona 500 while there were people living under emergency declarations and passing away in Georgia, a tree fell into a guy's house and ended up killing him.
Do you think this is a fair comparison?
Oh my God.
That you're taking,
God.
this is not a a hurricane event. You're talking about storm. So he needs to respond to every single death?
No.
Then he wouldn't be president.
Well, he needs to, I think, say something when the whole point was criticizing Joe Biden for absolutely everything that he ever did. I mean,
he never did anything. Start with North Carolina.
That's not true. We've gone through it multiple times about how quickly he signed emergency declarations.
How about East Palestine?
How about you just say that maybe you shouldn't be driving around a race car track when this is going on?
So part of what Fox then does as well is because Donald Trump is suing CBS and Paramount, you have Fox goes after both CBS and Germany at the same time. They attack CBS on Trump's behalf, and they attack Germany because, one, Trump's suing CBS, and two, Germany is being targeted by the Trump administration as they try to get the AfD, the neo-Nazi party, elected. But fortunately, I think the people of Germany are seeing what's happening in the United States and saying, Elon Musk trying to support this neo-Nazi party in Germany to cause the exact harm he's inflicting on the U.S. here in Germany. But watch this. Let's play it.
Why is CBS defending Germany, though, over the United States of America? Well, it's not like they're England. They started 2 world wars. People's grandfather, people's father, who were older, were slaughtered by the Germans. Not to mention all the millions of Jewish people they exterminated. All of a sudden, we have to start tiptoeing around the Germans? Why? Why? I will never do CBS Sunday Morning ever again.
I thought this was a very telling moment right here where Jesse Waters, to me, gives it all away. Where Jesse Waters basically says, you know what? We're waging a 21st century information warfare campaign against the left. And he spells, this is where he just lets it slip. And he's like, we've got Elon Musk tweets it out. Then Joe Rogan podcasts about it. Then Fox broadcasts it. Watch this.
It's not really the same. Dana, we are waging a 21st century information warfare campaign against the left, and they are using tactics from the 1990s. They are holding tiny press conferences, tiny little rallies. They're screaming into the ether on MSNBC. This is what you call top-down command and control. You get your talking points from a newspaper, and you put it on the broadcast network, and then it disappears. What you're seeing on the right is asymmetrical. It's like grassroots guerrilla warfare. Someone says something on social media, Musk retweets it, Rogan podcasts it, Fox broadcasts it, and by the time it reaches everybody, millions of people have seen it. It's free money. And we're actually talking about expressing information. They are suppressing information.
So by the way, didn't he give away the whole game right there? I thought that was a wild moment. And then finally, after doing all of that, then they try to inflict the fear. So then they call the border czar, Tom Homan, to basically once again threaten AOC that he's urged the DOJ to prosecute her for telling migrants about their rights. He goes, when do you cross the line? Here, play this clip.
When does it cross a line into aiding and abetting lawbreaking? Would it have to have direct involvement by her in helping people to evade ICE?
That's exactly the question I posed to the Deputy Attorney General. I asked him to look into it. I says, I know through my career, someone steps in front of you, in between you and the person you're arresting or repeating. Yeah, that's a violation. But at what point do you cross the line on saying you're educating people versus you're teaching them how to evade ICE arrest? So I've asked that question to the Department of Justice for clear guidance so I can share that with the officers of ICE. So we're looking for that clear direction so we can start taking action on people that want to evade, who want to help educate these people to evade ICE. So hopefully any day now we get that guidance sent out to the field.
So I wanted to break down the anatomy of the Fox propaganda. You can see how desperate they're getting. And remember that moment there when Jesse Waters, in my view, just gave it all away. Let me know what you think. Hit subscribe. Let's get to 5 million subscribers. Thanks for watching.
Can't get enough Meidas? Check out the Meidas Plus Substack for ad-free articles, reports, podcasts, daily recaps from Ron Filipkowski, and more. Sign up for free now at MeidasPlus.com.